City of London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now a play fake here on first down. Now he's forced out left. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Hawkins this year, over 1,000 yards again. 4th time that he's done that in 6 NFL seasons. He had 1,572 to be exact.
And that was second only to Atlanta's Julio Jones. And you have to think the return of Deshaun Watson at the quarterback position, taking all the starts this year, that had to help, because we've seen DeAndre Hopkins have big seasons with multiple quarterbacks, but have that one consistent guy only elevates his play.
Watson, Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Rivers to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said, oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And it's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Chargers offense returns to the field, and earlier, Charles, you and I were talking about Phillip Rivers and his season and his age and all of that, but if you look at the Chargers season, yes, they fell short against the Patriots, but they had a pretty good year.
To put it mildly, I mean, can you imagine finishing 12-4? And not only did they not win their division championship, they ended up being seeded number 5 in the playoffs and had to go on the road twice. Won at Baltimore, lost in New England. 12-4 usually gets you at least one home field game. Didn't even happen, yet they were managing to win a playoff game and serving notice to the rest of the league. They plan to be around in 2019.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. Going underneath for Gordon. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rivers now from the 50. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the red zone now, Rivers. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Whitney merciless. Able to get him for a loss of about 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Well, the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time that 2 AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and end up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
But as you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Come back.
On first down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Target.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. Caught here by Griffin. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson trying to lay one up deep. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 33 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Wait! Hey, hot! You! Hey, left!
From the gun, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. He showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this one is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Come back! Target! Come back!
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down. Almost back to the drawing board.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans will extend their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And an alley to run. Accelerating, and off he goes.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
Now for the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come back, come back.
On second down, here's Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Reset. Tiger.
Now Watson. His throw incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's second down. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had two excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had two huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call.
Yeah, and we should be talking about Legatron. A 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted right now, but you're exactly right. Nickel Roby-Coleman's hit on Tommy Lee Lewis in regulation, when I saw it live, thought it was a bang-bang play. Turned out, it was definitely a missed call. Plus, they missed helmet-to-helmet contact on it as well. So if you're a Saints fan, you are very unexcited about the Rams advancing to the Super Bowl, but I still don't want pass interference to become a reviewable call. The game flow is paramount to me. Let's not slow it down any more than it already is.
Yeah, it could be a slippery slope, then you start doing it with everything, right?
Next thing you know, we'll be reviewing holding. And by the way, you can probably call holding just about every play in the NFL.
Here's Watson on third down. The catch made by Miller. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. It's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Come back, come back.
On first down, it's Watson, escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP, the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. They both get 2 interceptions apiece, and instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there in the 50-yard line post-game because you know sibling rivalries, one always wants the upper hand.
Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires.
44,
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it. You don't like the McCourty thing, though.
No, I do like that. If that happens, you're Nostradamus.
There you go.
Third and short yardage, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A Charger first down. Rivers hooking up with Allen. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rivers with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back here right after this. Rivers now on 2nd down. Going underneath for Gordon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a 3rd down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. And it's up and good. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this 1st half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to drop him for a loss of 4. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Hunter Henry brings it in. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rivers on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On 2nd down, Rivers again. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Final play of the half, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Rivers. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Second down, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Now Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 37 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Come back, come back.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hawkins. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him a gain of 38. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. On 2nd down, here's Miller. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crone, all right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game. The Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, what was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence, and it was sudden death. Al Amici, the Colts got the ball, they scored. No one talked about anything but, boy, what an exciting game. As time went on, people started talking about fairness. So the overtime rule finally got changed. If you score first with a touchdown, the game's over. Otherwise, you keep playing. I think that's pretty cool. And in our 2 championship games this year, we had overtime in both. Tom Brady and the Patriots won the toss, went downfield, scored a touchdown, ball game. Drew Brees and the Saints won the coin toss, threw an interception. The Rams kicked the field goal and won. Defense still exists if you care to play it.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Whitney Merciless in there to get him for his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, Rivers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. That one intended for Keenan Allen, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Rivers. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Zach Cunningham in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, they had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Going deep for Hopkins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Richmond.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A big gainer there on 3rd and 5. 61 yards that time on the ground. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Forced out to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 40. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will score. It's a touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run. Read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Cluster.
Back to it after the pick 6. Rivers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DJ Reader in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw on 2nd down. Rivers. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the 1st before he's brought down. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first. So
a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and and it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's third down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Third and long for Rivers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Keep it skinny. Watch his leg. Watch his leg. White.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Texans defense stands tall. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin with a run by Miller. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't.
And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 45 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson flush to his right. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Throwing now, Watson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. The hell running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watson. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Watson now to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out in a good one as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, Rocket!
A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's got it out on the left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Rivers now. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
To throw, Rivers. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans are going to win the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And Watson's going to throw it here. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown.